Okay, guys. Today we are going to be talking about Kali Linus installation on MacBook, whatever MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, whatever MacBook it is. We are going to be talking about the installation of Kali Linus. I find it necessary to do this video because most of our guys are facing some difficulties doing the installation of Linux on VirtualBox, and that is or VMware, right? So we can just use UTM to utilize this installation, and it will get us started. And one thing I love about this Linux on a Mac OS using UTM is that it utilize your desktop settings that no one's really realized that you are using Kali Linux till you can tell the person definitely you are using Kali Linux. Like you can see for this desktop, it's a window desktop, right? Anyone that just hold your computer and just log into this thing, they are going to think exactly that you have logged or you have installed a Windows operating system in your virtual machine, which of course is fake. This setting is just there to enable you to hide your desktop from people who monitor you to make you invisible, not letting them know that you have Linux on your machine. Okay, so guys, stay tuned and let's just get started. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, send the link out, and let others join the channel for more beautiful features that are coming up. Or we are going to be using Linux to do our video hacking because it's the best essential hacking tools. Is used to do any network penetration hacking in a mobile app, iOS devices, any device, any operating system, any system of a kind and made of a technology. Kali have the power to penetrate that particular device. Once that device has been connected to our internet, it have the power. So firstly, we have to go to UTM website. We download the UTM or DMG. After the DMG has been downloaded, we just wait for a few minutes based on your internet speed. We are just going to get it fast. Like for my internet speed is saying 50 minutes, 40 minutes, just like that. So it's just going to varies according to the speed of the internet or the bandwidth of your router, right? So now, after you have downloaded the DMG file of the UTM, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to double click the UTM DMG. We just go to our home screen. Okay, let's check our home screen. Okay, just 1 minute. Just want to copy this. Okay, cut in and just open it. Okay, now we click download. Now another thing you can do is you have to download the two files at the same time. So the next thing you do is install images, right? So since we want to install this on our MacBook, we just click Apple Silicon ARM, like the one that is recommended. Now if you want for your download speed to be very fast, within a second you can use torrent. Now if you have the torrent application on your computer, it's just going to download that particular or DMG very fast. And if it download the DMG, it's going to extract every data of that DMG to the original zip folder. So like you can see up here, I just click one click and then within a second the download is completed. But I don't want to use torrent. I want to use the regular zip download. I want to use the regular zip download. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check and see how far my download is. UTM, first we install UTM. Once it open, you click the icon and drag it to the application back and release it. Once you release this, it's going to automatically install it in your application setting. And when you go to the menu and you are going to see your UTM application there. And the next thing we do is we are going to wait for this download to complete. After the download has been completed, the next thing we do we just try to drag and stop it on the desktop, or we drag and drop it on the desktop that we will be able to use it efficiently. Like you can see, the first torrent file that I downloaded is telling me that unsupported file. That is, I have to go and install the torrent software on my computer before that file can be executed. So I'm not going to use it. It was just a bit of example that I was showing. So now the next thing, our download has been completed and we have our file or our zip folder already drop up on the desktop. So the next thing We go to UTM, we open the UTM. Now we want to what? To visualize and to emulate, right? If we are visualizing, everything is going to take some custom memories or CPU architecture of your computer, which is really very fast and is essential. But if you don't want it that way, you can just use emulate. It will emulate the whole thing and it will be set, right? But as for me, I want to do this fast, so I'm just going to click on visualize, and the next thing I'm going to do is click on the folder, next, and browse configure. The next thing I'm going to do is increase my CPU core to 4, and then I press continue. You don't check anything and just press continue. Okay, now I've continued. The next thing I'm going to do is from 30 gig up, you can choose any hard disk size. So I'm going to use 40. After the 40, I now want to share a particular folder to the computer. So the next thing I do is go to my desktop and then select David, which is my desktop name, and it will carry me to the summary page where I have to name this operating system, the kind of system I'm going to use, the name I want to use as a default. So now we have created this. One value step you should always remember is that don't never use that the running of the virtual machine when you don't have the settings set up. So the next thing we are going to do, we have our system information on another side, and on the next side we have all of those system configuration there. So once we go to setting, we are going to just go down to drives. We add some devices to the drive, that is, we add series to it. And after we have added our series, the next thing we do is we go and increase some models of the series. That is, the normal models of the series is going to be 12, but the next thing we're going to do is just to increase it by 8 to get a total size of 20. So let's add our series to the drives. Okay, series. Now we click on series. Okay, then go to our font size. Our font size, now we are going to increase it to 20. After we increase this to 20, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to save it, and then we can run the virtual machine after this setting has been saved. Okay, everything is set. Now let's just get started. Okay, call 4 GB and ARMD. Okay, now we can just run it. Okay, after we start the boot process, it's just going to load. Like you can see, other wants to use graphical user interface installation, but I don't want to use graphic installation, right? I just want to use the normal installation manual. Like you can see, use the up arrow and down arrow to just select enter, entry, highlight, blah 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 blah, and so on. You just do your reading, hit the enter button or the return key on your MacBook or keyboard or your keypad, and it's going to load directly into the boot menu. You select your country, which is C, no location, so you have to put your location. You are located in Asia. As for me, I'm in Asia, so I'm going to use Asia server. So I click Asia and select my country, that is India, and then I click my English, American English, and just click on it. You can utilize your keyboard, your system setting, your configuration, anyhow that you wish to. But there are just certain basic steps you need to follow that will utilize the installation, that will allow your virtual machine to run properly, that will allow you to have an enhanced experience over your machine while using your MacBook. Because sometimes if you do the installation, it's going to install, but what happens is that it overruns the CPU, and at the end of the day, you will have your machine that is putting more heat. Your very cool MacBook that you know it won't beat of that. So the next thing we do is we name our host, which is Kali. If we want to name it that way, we just put Kali. Whatever name you want to put there, you can just put that name. Like for example, I put example. The domain name, if you want to specify a domain name, you can put example. If you don't want to specify a domain name, you leave the domain name as blank as it is. It is not compulsory, it is not mandatory. So you just name the domain name as Elise. You click next, example next, and then you click continue. You enter your password. So now I'm going to type my password, and then I hit continue. Then next I have to re-enter my password to confirm it. that the password is mash, and I hit continue. Now they are setting on the clock. After the clock, based on your server, they are going to set the clock. Now they are setting the clock on my Asia server. Installation is taking place or set up. Now some people think now using the entire disk is going to erase your operating system from your MacBook, but no, it's not going to erase it. It's very essential to use the entire disk size, and your virtual disk will just be 42.9 GB virtual block device. You use all files on the partition recommended for new user. You click enter. After you click enter and then set it, you just finish the partitioning and write the changes to the disk. So you click yes. Bam. Now the installation is being processed. So just wait for few time while the base system will be installed. After the base system is installed, the next thing we do is let's just wait for the base system to be installed. Just a couple of minutes. Okay. Base system been installed. 83. Okay, we just go fast, 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 and fast. Okay. Let's just continue. Install Linux image. Okay. Okay. 97, 98. Bam. Just wait, keep patient. Now, after your installation has been complete, you can utilize your desktop, your software, how you want the software to be like the display of your software. You can just use the space key to check or uncheck. Just use the space key from after selecting what you want to select. You press tab and jump to the continue bar and just press enter, and then now you can select and install your software. The software is being installed. Like we have 2,423 files, so all those files have to be installed. We have 1,000 have been completed, 900, 700, 809, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2004, complete. And now the installation is being processed. We can just let it pack all of those packages that are in the zip folder. And then after that, we can see what next to do. Okay, 28, 29, 30. You have to be accountable patient because okay. We have 35. $37. Let's just check. It's unpacking color desktop. Blah 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 blah. Ah, it's just taking so much long. I'm just going to forward this. 43. Oh, speed up. 48. 49. 50. 52. 55. Okay, let me just try to skip this. We just jump straight to installation. After you have reached your 100, it's going to jump to the next page. That is finishing the installation. You just wait and just load. So after this page has been displayed, the next thing you have to do is you have to inject your disks. That is the UTM or zip folder you are using to utilize your installation, which is the Linus, the Kali Linus zip folder. You just come up here and click here and just inject. Then you hit continue. But if you don't do that, it's going to reboot and the whole installation is going to start over again. So after this has been completed, the next thing you do, you close this terminal window and your Kali Linux is being loaded into your system, into your virtual box or your virtual machine. So we just wait. Okay, load. Now we can enter. But lately I changed from Kali, from example I changed this to car. So don't be confused if you say I'm using car here. I just make that slight change it mistakenly, so you can just continue. So like you can see here, you can see the entire Kali system is set up, all your tools that you needed for any penetration, for any host, for any hacking for the matter. You have all of your tools listed. So now let's see if it's working properly. We want to do a social media hacking, so we have to check for exploiting. After we click exploiting tools, we put our password. We're going to ask a few questions. We just click yes, type yes and press enter. Now we are logged into the SET. We click 1 to enter. That is phishing, social media phishing. We click 2. We enter. The next thing we are going to hit on 3. We enter. Then we click on 2. We enter. Now we have to put our IP address to get a fake Facebook site that will let us to crack or email and send a link to someone telling them that, oh, you can log into this page, your password have been compromised. To reset your password, hit this account or this link and reset your password for your account is at risk. So once this link have been created, or this IP address is going to be loaded into our server, and then we can get the IP address and crack our email and send it to anyone. So as long as that person just get the link and just click on the link, is going to log the person directly to our fake Facebook address. You see it's going to load www.facebook.com, the same url of Facebook, the official URL, is going to log in directly. So once that person log into that URL, every data that the person put within that URL is going to be extracted by exited and then sent down to your server through your terminal shell. So once you come to your terminal shell, you'll be able to get every data. So let's try our IP address. Then it was 192.168.64.5. So we hit enter. Boop. So you see, this is a fake Facebook page. You will see Facebook, everything is not real. So I click David, next I put password and just click enter. And tell me save. I just click save. I just send it again and then I close this page. So you see here, these are information that have been extracted from that particular server. So if you can go through this thoroughly, you'll be able to get a report, you'll be able to get a username that was logged in, you'll be able to get a password that was logged in, and you're just going to get everything on your server or even the person knowing. And one good thing about it is that once the person log into this, the first time they enter is going to refresh the page and send it to the original Facebook page, so they won't even notice anything. They will feel like, oh, maybe it's some kind of internet problem or something. I put the password, I log in, and then it bring me back to the same login page. They didn't give me any info. But no, not knowing that those information have been sent, they have been compromised by a server, and every information about that account will be sent to you. So we are not just going to go deep into this because I don't want to rush you guys into anything. But first, let's get our Kali installed on our viewer system. Then from there, we can start on with our basic hacking, basic social media hacking, application hacking, or third-party apps hacking, or penetrating any system, Wi-Fi hacking, and whatever. So guys, please, if you find this video successful, you can just subscribe to my channel and so on. I'm not going to use this system, so I'm going to delete it. I have a Linux that is already installed, which is the first one. So I'm just going to delete it. I don't find it useful. Thanks for watching. See you.